Hello? Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages. Gene Bruno is in the house. That's good. Eric Anderson, I think he's there. All right. We might have one missing. This is so exciting. I know I'm a little excited. We should all be just a little excited. American Idol! No, Ingredient Idol. Sorry. Simon. My lawyer is going to contact me about that breach of trademark. Anyway, my name is Todd Runstead. I am the content director of Natural Products Insider. I am the impresario for today's proceedings. This is going to be so much fun. We have the best in-class ingredients in 3 categories. These are 3 trending categories. We're talking active nutrition. We're not talking just sports. We're not talking whey protein in a tub. No. Active nutrition, way broader than that. We take a broad perspective of all the 3 different categories. The other category we have here is microbiome, goes in that side and out the other. But we're not just talking gut health, we're talking all sorts of things. And again, we took an expansive view of that. One of the finalists I know is next, and it's a digestive health. It's not necessarily in the microbiome, but we thought, and the judges, as we whittled it down, and there were like scores, dozens of contestants here, and we thought, at the end of the day, what are consumers going into the stores to look for? Are they looking for something for their microbiome, or are they looking to just be a little more regular? And we decided, yes, they're looking for a little more regularity in their lives, and so, microbiome encompasses the digestive health category as well. And then, finally, we have, active nutrition, microbiome, nootropics. Nootropics, this is the zeitgeist, the cloud of consciousness that is, over all of our lives. It tells us that Bono, was good last night with Lady Gaga, and we all enjoyed it. And it also tells us that Ingredient Idol is the place to be right now. So, our judges are going to come out here. We have 3 judges, just like on Real TV. And then we have contestants. And the way this is going to work for the uninitiated is 3-minute elevator pitch. The judges will pepper them with questions for 3 more minutes. And then, as the judges confer to figure out which they decide is the best one, there's the People's Choice Award part. And this is when all of you come into play. And whoever cheers the loudest wins. Wholly subjective. The judges, they're going to use their, smarts and wits and savvy, and they're going to decide who gets the trophy. But for the People's Choice Awards, it's whoever is loudest. That's all we care about, is loudness. So, our judges right here, ladies and gentlemen. Are we here? There he is. All right. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Doug Lynch, Market Well Nutrition. Dun, 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 dun.
Yo.
For all of your product development and wisdom needs, Doug Lynch, right here.
Good to see everybody.
All right, there he is. All right, Diana Morgan, Nutribulk. You want to talk impresario? What's up with soaps? There's a party tonight. It's all because of you, Diana. Last night, Lady Gaga, Bono. That was all because of you. It was because of you too. It was because of all of us. Dave Foreman, herbal pharmacist. He is the formulator extraordinaire. If you're looking for a smart, savvy, informed formulation for all of your supplement needs, Dave Foreman is our huckleberry. All right, so without any further ado, because we're going to run this like a Swiss watch, we're already 2 minutes behind. Active nutrition, contestant number 1, Arthur Daniels Midland ADM Active Lifestyle Blend. Woo! Come on, cheer. You can clap.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it, everybody.
Hi, everyone.
Ready, go.
Okay, I only have 3 minutes, and I normally speak pretty quickly, so I will do my best to get through this as quick as I can. Thank you, everyone, for being here. And what I want to first talk about is what is active lifestyle. For those that don't know, active lifestyle is 2023 wording for sports nutrition. In fact, even NBJ has updated their category from sports nutrition to active lifestyle. And why is that, do you think? Well, our consumer data shows us that it's an expansion of the market. It's no longer solely focused on building big, veiny muscles like it used to be, but looking to be as inclusive as possible for people of all fitness levels. So what is the status of the active lifestyle category today? If you take a look around, not much has changed, unfortunately. Creatine is still the king for muscle growth, beta-alanine is still a consumer favorite for endurance, and caffeine is still the energy king. The problem? Everyone has the same solutions, offering little to no differentiation, making nearly every single product a Me Too style formulation. This is one of the main reasons ADM knew it wanted to expand into this space. We wanted to take a look at a completely new and unique way to support athletes that also helps our customers differentiate and offer something unique for their consumers to get real benefits. We decided to look at the microbiome space as we see massive growth potential in that category itself. In fact, on top of the fact that we see massive growth there, 58% of consumers already understand that probiotics and modulating their gut bacteria can have direct effects on their digestive health as well as beyond. And interestingly enough, 71% of polled consumers believe that probiotics can help support an active lifestyle. So while I see my clock quickly running down, I'm going to skip a little bit here and say, what does the Active Lifestyle Blend do? Well, the first thing it was found to do was reduce levels of post-exercise oxidative stress. This is key for athletes of all levels, as several major factors that support muscle recovery from exercise are derived from this. By limiting how much oxidative stress we experience after exercise, it's believed that we can limit muscle damage and prepare the body more efficiently for recovery and repair. The blend was also found to increase SOD, or superoxide dismutase levels, a powerful antioxidant. By increasing SOD, you can have those antioxidants to prevent free radicals from doing the damage that they do. And finally, this incredible blend was found to reduce serum MDA levels. And while many of us may not know what MDA is, it's a compound that's derived from peroxidation of polyunsaturated fatty acids, and it's actually a key biomarker in muscle for oxidative stress. So in short, our human clinical trial shows that the Active Lifestyle Blend offers not only a new and never before seen mechanism for supporting post-exercise recovery, but offers users these benefits through probiotics, a highly in-demand and quickly growing category. And while it's true that there are other recovery agents on the market, none work the way that the Active Lifestyle Blend does, and no others offer users the benefits of both probiotics and recovery all in one. Thank you.
Perfect timing. Oh my God, that was right under 3 minutes. All right. Questions from the judges right here. Go on, pepper away. Doug, go.
So I know when my gut is acting up, I get amazing speed when I'm running to the rest area. So it makes a lot of sense, right? But talk to me about the intellectual property about this. What protects it from other competitor products?
What protects it is there are 3 proprietary strains that we utilize within this. They are developed in-house, so our Active Lifestyle Blend is unable to be copied by anyone else.
Very nice. Thank you.
You'd like to know the regulatory status?
Regulatory status of those 3 strains.
So we do have self-affirmed GRAS for all 3 strains. So they're fully regulatory. We have no issues whatsoever.
Okay, so it's self-affirmed GRAS, and if a regulatory person like me wanted to see that GRAS report, it's not just a one-page line that says this ingredient is GRAS?
No, I would be more than happy to get you all the paperwork for it, yes.
Yes. Okay.
Formulating question. What other ingredients would you suggest to be combined? Because there's no such thing as one size fits all in any space. So are there any formulating challenges or suggestions you would have?
The only formulating challenges you may find are the same you'd find with any other lactic acid bacteria. So within aqueous solutions, you do have some issues. But obviously, with a muscle recovery product, you might want to pair it with something like L-carnitine, something that does have great proof points behind it as well. So that way they can work in synergy with one another.
1 minute for the judge. At the end. Yeah.
Fantastic.
I love sports nutrition, active nutrition, and definitely need the recovery. So what is the dosage amount? And 1 capsule, 2 capsules, CFUs?
Great question. It's 1 billion CFU, so it's a very low dosage. So you're able to fit it within 1 capsule if you'd like.
Okay, and then as far as, I think you talked a little bit about stability in different types of food products. So is this something that you could bake with if we wanted to put it in like bars or something?
We wouldn't suggest putting in a bar, just like other traditional LAB bacteria, as it would degrade. ADM does offer specific postbiotics, however, that are capable of being incorporated within foods and beverages as well.
Okay, and I just had one more question. I don't know if you have a question about the clinical trials that you guys have done. You mentioned you had a few clinical trials. Can you just repeat the amount of clinical trials you had, and if you have any other clinicals ongoing right now?
So right now we have one human clinical on this blend. We do have others in the works. ADM currently has over 50 clinical trials in the pipeline being worked on right now.
All right, perfect. Then it's 10 seconds left. Thank you. ADM Active Lifestyle Blend.
Let's hear it for ADM.
All right. And next up, we have CK Nutraceuticals with Cardia Slim. Ready, go.
So what if you could turn on your AMPK master metabolic switch and increase your levels of adiponectin, your natural hormone that actually helps to burn fat in your body, so that you get a looser belt, you get to lose weight, and feel more energy? Well, that's what CardiaSlim offers. I'm Colleen Madden, VP of Innovation at CK Nutraceuticals, and we believe that in this active nutrition world where consumers are more proactive about their health and wellness, they're interested in leading a more active lifestyle. And that's really coming down to 4 different elements. They want ingredients that have experiential results. They want to feel the difference very quickly. They want stacked benefits. They want natural origin, and they also want excellent science. That's what CardiaSlim delivers. The experiential results of CardiaSlim actually are noticeable after only 2 weeks. You're able to notice that you're starting to lose weight, and you are able to feel some more energy. But there's stacked benefits. It's not just about slimming. It's also about cardiometabolic health. We have found that you have an improved level of cholesterol, also triglycerides. Also, your blood sugar management is improved with CardiaSlim. 3, natural origin. CardiaSlim was actually developed by our brilliant PhDs at our partner, Lila Nutra, when they surveyed the Ayurvedic pharmacopoeia. They looked at hundreds of different extracts, and they were able to do over 1,300 different experiments to find this fruit and flower combination that make up CardiaSlim. It's very natural, and we all know in the weight loss category right now, the elephant in the room is these semaglutide drugs. Those are not natural. CardiaSlim is a natural solution, and that's what today's consumers are looking for. Excellent science is underpinning all of what CardiaSlim stands for. We have 3 human clinical trials that are published in peer-reviewed journals. 220 different participants have used CardiaSlim to prove these benefits I'm talking about, which is slimming and heart health combined. And that's not all. CK's portfolio combines all of these different benefits in a wide range of ingredients. Over 72% of Americans right now are overweight plus, and they're looking for slimming and heart health ingredients and the finished products that this ingredient can enable.
All right, that's your 3 minutes. Judges, take your questions.
Okay, so my question is, you're saying that you have data that says in 2 weeks that the product, people are starting to feel it. Are you actually using that in your marketing of the ingredient? And would you tell a brand that they can actually put a timeline on that when they're talking to their consumers?
It is shown in our science, so our regulatory review has shown that it is something that you can message on, this 2-week timeline, because it is so noticeable in our science. Yes.
So continuing on with the science, so you said you have a study of about 200 participants. What was the percentage of the fat loss that you saw within 2 weeks? And then if there is more significant benefits over time, so the duration of the study and the likelihood of losing body fat percentage.
Yes, so after the first 2 weeks, you are able to see some weight loss. I think it's in the neighborhood of around 2 pounds at the 2-week level. But over 8 weeks is where it starts. We have much more data and more significant inches lost and weight lost data as well.
Just a real quick follow-up question on that. Did you study if that was true fat loss or muscle loss or water weight, and was that combined with diet and exercise?
There were there was some loose guidelines, but not strict guidelines about the dietary controls in the studies, and regular, I think regular exercise, but just walking, I believe, is the recommended exercise, so not intense exercise. And the other question was on the diet, exercise, and
And if it was fat loss or
It
fat
was
Oh,
fat
yes,
loss
so,
versus, yeah, that was my question actually, which was, no, it's cool. No, because like on the majority of the ingredients in this space, people actually lose the same amount of, like, it's the same percentage. So you're still as fat percentage wise as you were before. You lose muscle mass in excess, then you have lowered your metabolic rate. So what did you see there?
we actually saw fat loss. We were talking about this a little bit this morning, that we actually do protect the muscles. So the muscle loss is monitored during the studies. Yeah.
And because I had to make up another one just in case. Thank you very much again. And you answered a lot of my questions beforehand, so I feel screwed right now. But what was the BMI? Like, was there an average BMI of, I mean, that's a really random question, but
41 plus was the participants, if I'm correct.
All
29,
right, that's all the
29,
questions
sorry.
we have time for now, and that's all the
Excuse me,
time we
sorry.
have questions for now. All right, sorry kids, you're gonna have to make up your own determination. All right, thank you very much. CK Nutraceuticals, Cardia Slim. And now for contestant number 3 here, we have Swan Pharma with Montaloader, the Metabolade. Metabolade, come on up. All
right, guys, how y'all doing?
Going here. All right, ready, go.
All right, so here I'm going to talk about our weight management ingredient called Metabolade. Okay, so what is Metabolade? I'm going to start off. It's a botanical blend. It's comprised of hibiscus and liver verbena extract, highly purified in polyphenols. And what is it for? What does it do? Well, Colleen already commented a little bit on our product. What it does is that it active compounds that are found in these extracts significantly increase AMPK. So I'm not going to save me some time to talk about what is AMPK, what does it do. So that's good for me. Basically, what we did is we did numerous clinical trials, a total of 7, double versus placebo, double-blind, randomized clinical trials. And our studies have shown that following a healthy lifestyle and taking Metabolade contributes to losing twice as much weight than with just diet and exercise alone. But that's not all it does. Among our 7 clinical trials, we have seen that Metabolate contributes to supporting blood pressure, cholesterol, triglycerides, and HbA1c. So you're getting the full package. Also, we have seen satiety-enhancing effects. So we've seen that people report to have fewer cravings, they consume fewer calories while in their meals. And the reason behind this is because we have seen that Metabolate increases GLP-1. Now, I'm not going to talk about GLP-1 because I think we've been hearing a lot about it, lately. But just you already know that GLP is one of these gut hormones that signals to your brain to tell you to stop eating. So if you increase GLP-1, you're going to be overall going to be eating less, right? What else? Well, furthermore, we've also been seeing that it has a gut microbiome modulation effect. So this could be also related maybe to that GLP-1 we've been saying. So what we've seen here is that there's an increase of short-chain fatty acid production. We also seen more microbiome diversity. And also we saw a proliferation of certain healthy bacteria, in the guts. Now, this has been a widely successful product. At an industry level, we have numerous awards, including 3 NutriIngredients Awards in all 3 geographical regions. So we have in the US, we have in Asia, and we have in Europe, in the Best Product of the Year in the weight management category. And also, there's numerous products you can find in the market worldwide. And thanks to the versatility of this ingredient, you can find it not only in capsules and tablets, but you can find it in gels, sachets, powders, ready-to-drinks. We even have tried in gummy formats. So it's very, very compatible. And has also very nice lemon and hibiscus taste. So if you like tea, well, you're going to like the product. So, in conclusion, if you're looking for a high-quality, scientifically validated ingredient for a weight management formula. Look no further than Metabolate. So thank you very much.
All right, perfect right there, under 3 minutes. Nice work. Judges, it looks like, Doug, you're ready to go. Ready, go.
So, question, because you said it's very forgiving in terms of the types of delivery systems you can use it in. What is the dose per day that is recommended? And the other question I have for you, and it's cheating to ask too, but what was the inspiration for the product to begin with? How did you get to this product and thought process?
All right. So regarding the first question, it's a 500 milligram dose in a single intake. And our clinical trials, we standardized to have them take it early in the morning before breakfast. Yeah. And regarding how we reached, we were in collaboration with a nearby laboratory that we have in the company, where we researched focusing specifically on AMPK activation. So we were working for 7 years, trying 300 different plant combinations to find which ones could increase the amount of AMPK activation in the fat tissue.
So if you could just give the audience a little description of what the botanicals are and, the sources, and if they are traditionally used. The sources of the ingredients in Metabolate, and if they're traditionally used, or what type of science you have besides your own clinical trials.
Yeah. Okay. So, like I said, it's an hibiscus and lemon verbena. The interesting thing about the lemon verbena is that we have a very highly purified and verbascous side. This is something that we actually had to set up in the company, because usually you can find a market maybe 10%, 14% verbascoside content lemon verbena. We're reaching up to 25 to 30% in our product. That allows us also to lower a bit the dosage, the effective dosage. And in hibiscus, it's standardized in anthocyanins. And so regarding, I have to say, because we specialize a lot in a company with the lemon verbena, so we are real good experts. We've been working a lot with that plant for over 15, 20 years. We know where we got to look for the best raw materials and best extraction process and so forth to get the quality product that we need.
Similar question to the previous speaker. The fat to muscle ratio, was it the same? Did you notice it? Same question.
Yeah. I mean, what we did is, in the first initial studies, we did the standard anthropometry measurements and so forth. But then as we started progressing, getting deeper, diving into our additional studies, we started using DEXA scans. So, that's the gold standard. And there we analyzed body fat assessments, lean muscle, water mass loss. And there we could see how the muscle, bone density and everything, and water was not lost whatsoever, whereas we only saw exclusively body fat. And the localized body fat, mainly in the abdominal region, which is where the visceral fat is located and where we really want to lose that weight, right?
And that's all we have time for right now. We're at the end of it right now. All right, thank you very much. Fun Pharma Metabolate. Okay, so judges, you can confer. You have 60 seconds to talk amongst yourselves. Meanwhile, ladies and gentlemen, you get one shot. Whoever is the loudest, as judged by me, wins the People's Choice Award. Hold on first. Wait. Dun, 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 dun. All right, People's Choice Award. Ladies and gentlemen, ADM Active Lifestyle Blend. The bar has been set, ladies and gentlemen. All right, CK Nutraceuticals Cardia Slim. Ooh,
You're in the wrong.
That last push right there, maybe. Swan Pharma Montelodier Metabolate. Shit, that's a tough call. Tie goes to the runner. Judges, what do you say here? Who's going to be the winner of the Active Nutrition?
A unanimous vote, slam dunk, Metabolate.
Metabolate! Come on up. Woo! Oh, we need a theme song. We don't have a theme song here. Dun, 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 dun. Here, you can thank your mother and the children. And here we are. All right, there. Okay. That's only a prop trophy, by the way. We will mail you the real McCoy. but that's nice. Also, I want to all the winners should know that from 4:30 to 5, go to the supply side studio between 4:30 and 5 p.m. and we're going to do an exclusive video, and so you can tell all your friends and neighbors about just how thrilling today is. Right? Okay, here we go. Microbiome, ladies and gentlemen, the stuff that goes in, the stuff that goes out, the stuff that makes living things living. You have to have, all these things. Microbiome. Number one, Greg, come on up here. Nature's Crops International Ahi plus DHA.
Whoa! Thanks, everyone. Hello. So, in 2018, a respected international journal recognized that long-chain omega-3 fatty acids can actually be considered functional prebiotics for their gut microbiome and intestinal wall balancing effects. So, omega-3, long-chain. So a few years ago, a very passionate team of people got together, many of them are here right now, to develop a new Ahi Flower Plus DHA platform, which is plant-based, regeneratively grown, and fully traceable to source, which is not something common in the omega-3 space. So we're here to share our love for this Ahi Flower Plus DHA platform for its scientifically backed ability to balance the gut microbiome, support gut-brain axis health, and to potentiate an overall anti-inflammatory phenotype in this miraculous co-evolved ecosystem that's within all of us. So consumers are looking for, plant-based solutions to look well, to feel well, and, to overcome the recognized effects of omega-3 deficiencies in their guts. Things like affecting their mood, their focus, their energy, their bowel health, and of course their immune resilience. And of course brands are looking for plant-based solutions with scientifically backed credibility to afford claims and category differentiation. So the Ahi Flower Plus DHA platform is this we take a new approach, which is to get upstream of gut dysbiosis and all of those effects by providing the richest, most diverse array of anti-inflammatory oxylipins from this uniquely available source of Ahi flower oil plus DHA. And it's great. It's clean tasting. It's food friendly. It's oxidatively stable. It's the richest oxidatively stable source. It's available in liquid form. It's available in the CoreFX Acacia powder form. It's available in gummies, which are now commercialized in the marketplace through companies like Wiley's Finest, and it's available in soft gels. So for brands and co-manufacturers that are looking to expand into this gut wellness category with a fully plant-based, traceable source, come on down, catch the rising tide for plant-based omegas.
Oh, what a beautiful pitch that is. Thank you. And there we have Nature's Crops International, Ahi Flower plus DHA. Judges, ready, go.
So Ahi flower has been on the market a while, and you're adding DHA. What was the inspiration? I asked that question again.
Well, we know that Ahi flower forms DHA efficiently in key tissues like the liver and even the brain from our animal studies. But there are still many brands who basically say, I really love the science, but I got to see some milligrams of DHA in the product. So we went with the algorithm platform because it's really, best in class, best quality, and it really aligns with our values as a company.
Okay, a great ingredient. So I have a little question about the definition of prebiotics and how it relates to a DHA ingredient. So how, if brands wanted to market it as a prebiotic, how would they support or substantiate that claim?
I think it would be through what that literature review that I referenced from 2018 in the International Journal of Molecular Science. That was a key study because they systematically went through all the human and animal studies, and what it nets out to is really support for better gut microbiome balance, and then also, intestinal integrity, those kinds of things. So that's where I would go in terms of structure function claim. And then the ahi flower side of it is supported by interleukin-10 upregulation. We've seen it both in humans and in mice in the gut microbiome. We've also seen that it causes an anti-neuroinflammatory effect in the microglial cells of the brain. So there's definitely a gut-brain axis activity that's happening there.
Either I zoned out because I was hanging out with Todd at the U2 concert last night, or I didn't hear it. What studies do you have specifically, as opposed to gathering information from other sources? Like what?
What's the clinical evidence?
Yeah.
So we have two randomized placebo-controlled clinical trials. One that showed that ahi flower significantly upregulates EPA in the body, and then the second human clinical trial showed significant upregulation of other metabolites like ETA, eicosapentaenoic acid, and DPA, and then the EPA was in a dose-response manner linearly, and that also confirmed the interleukin-10 upregulation.
What was the time frame to achieve the
28 days.
result? Okay.
28 days and healthy adults. It was with no control of the background diet. And then, okay, go ahead.
Well, quick question. How do you know it's the ahi flower, and how do you know it's the DHA in your clinical?
Because of the separate parallel research that's been conducted. So the DHA is really complementary, but we have the specific human and animal data related to ahi flower.
And that's all we have time for now. Thank you very much, Greg Kummer, Nature's Crops International, ahi flower plus DHA. Next up for your edification, folks, is SynBalance SynBioactive Defense Plus. All right, we're taking the stage. Ready, go.
Hello. Okay, I didn't time my speech, so I will go freely. We are here for the SynBalance Defense Plus. This is a combination of 3 proprietary probiotic. They are 2 lactobacilli and 1 bifidobacteria. This is working on immunomodulation, but this is the boring story. I mean, these 3 strains have been selected, first of all, because they were able to colonize and persist in the gastrointestinal tract even after the end of the treatment, so to continue maintaining the positive effect. But the clinical trial that we ran with this Defense Plus was able to demonstrate not only the simple capacity to improve immunomodulatory, immunochemical parameters in the blood, but also to reduce the symptoms, evidence, and the number of days experiencing these symptoms. So to really improving the quality of life. But the really interesting thing is that the effects were evaluated in 4 weeks of treatment, but the positive effect was continuing to be demonstrated even after the treatment for another month. So we got a continued improvement during the follow-up period. Why this study is so important for us? Because the typical seasonal infection are not the complete landscape of immunity. Let's say immunity is a really wide target in our industry, especially because it can really be, let's say, a mechanism of action behind the different physiological pathways in the body. Indeed, we are testing this product into a number of different applications, touching, for instance, autoimmune disease or different conditions in which immunity is really important. This is the case of another study which is almost finished, just involving common colds. So we are not, again, talking about seasonal infection, but we are talking about everyday life. And the very important thing is that the immunomodulation goes through the capacity to carry an improvement, an increase in the biodiversity of the microbiota. And this is what we actually found with the FANS Plus, because we were able not only to increase the number of lactobacilli and bifidobacteria in the gut, but also to improve those species which are correlated with inflammaging, such as Prevotella, such as Akkermansia, Faecalibacterium prausnitzii, and so on. So this is the core of our activity, and the FANS Plus is the best success story.
And that's perfect and coming in under the 3-hour time zone. Nice. 3 minutes. Judges, ready, go.
So, as a marketer, that was a lot of information. How do you distill it down to a structure function claim that really matters to a consumer? And how do you differentiate your solution from the other products that are out there?
It's really important, from my point of view, to educate the market, especially when talking about probiotics, about the strain specificity. We already mentioned before, but again, it's a matter of dosage, first of all. So the effective dosage of probiotics, in our case, we are talking about 3 billion, which means 1 billion per dose. I guess the capacity to keep the effect even after the end of the treatment allows a very sustainable, I would say, and very competitive approach, which means maybe using the product for a cycle. So that's the treatment, that's the follow-up period. And of course, the type of the strains, the safety of the strains, and which is the strain inside. So our strains is different from our competitors.
Since you were talking about the strain, can you provide the strain and the species and the regulatory status?
Yes, of course. We can distinguish our strains from our competitor. For instance, we identify method for doing that. And yes, we can.
So what is the name of the strain? Like, how would you label it?
Yeah, it's Plantarum. It's a 1 Lactobacillus plantarum, 1 reuteri, and a Bifidobacterium lactis.
Okay, and the regulatory status?
Sorry, I didn't hear well.
The regulatory status?
From regulatory, they are self-affirmed, the 3 of them. We have the full dossier that's available, yeah.
Perfect.
So with regards to the patient group, what did the average patient look like in this? Were they already sick with a cold? And then how many participants total in your studies in humans?
I would say with the first study, it was 50 plus 50, so it was a placebo-controlled, double-blind, randomized study. With the other studies that I mentioned, we are about more or less the same number. They are very specific in parameters, so from a statistical point of view, they are fine.
And what was the patient group? Were they already sick or?
No, because I have to be very honest. You can recognize my accent. I'm Italian. I'm from Europe in any case. And we are used to work on food supplements on healthy patients. So we are basically testing which is the rate of infections happening to healthy patients.
And that's it's in balance. Defense Plus, there it is. Okay, and now third up, Eric Anderson, you're going to tell us something we don't already know. By Next USA's Digexin. Eric, take it away.
I'm literally making notes just in case you guys now want them on. I'm just started writing stuff down.
Hello, folks. Hello, judges. Sorry, a little late. Just doing a little reading. When does the clock start?
It's already underway. You're losing time with every breath.
I better get moving. So, folks, I have a question for you. What makes the difference between a good day and a not so good day? Come on, any ideas, any suggestions? All you people standing in front of Starbucks this morning looking for that caffeine and acid to get everything going. It's the morning constitutional, the bowel movement, the daily dump. This is the difference between a good day and a bad day. This is serious. 40% of Americans have significant issues with digestive distress. Many of these people even change their life, their schedule, what they're trying to accomplish because they're worried about their gut, right? Our friends and family. So it's very serious. So we looked at the landscape and we said, how can we address this? How can we help people reach regularity to get back to their lives? And we joined together with our development partner, manufacturing partner, Lila Nutra, to develop a new concept in digestive health. And we had a very specific goal. How can we increase peristalsis and keep everything nice and soft and moving and soothe the gut? So we started screening. We started with 800 herbs, 900 active compounds. And the idea was, how can we stimulate the 5-HT pathway to increase the speed of peristalsis? And then let's pair with that a mechanistic benefit. How can we soothe the gut? And so we accomplished and have developed Digexin. And Digexin improves the gut function. And so what does that mean? We had to prove it. So in 2 double-blind, placebo-controlled studies, we showed that the participants in the active group moved from 3 bowel movements a week to 7 bowel movements a week. The digestion improved, the comfort improved. And because the mechanism is boosting serotonin levels, you see a better quality of life, a better quality of sleep, a better quality of waking. And what's most important is the digestive system working? So we had to look at a number of measures. The primary outcome was PACSIM, Patient Assessment of Constipation Symptoms. Statistically significantly improved. They felt better. They didn't feel as bloated. They weren't as uncomfortable. Then we looked at the gut. Can we soothe the gut? So we looked at things like interleukin 10, interleukin 6, bringing down inflammation. Then we looked at the integrity of the gut. So we looked at intestinal permeability. We showed with zonulin and with DAO that there were statistically significant improvements in gut permeability. And perhaps maybe the most interesting test is the blue dye test. What's the blue dye test? That's exactly what the researchers asked. Well, anybody that has a kid that swallowed a quarter, you know that it takes a little time to work its way through. So we gave the participants a muffin with blue dye and asked them to measure how long does it take until it shows up. From baseline until the end of the study, the active participants saw nearly a 4-hour improvement in the speed of digestion, keeping everything moving.
A 4-hour tour. Thank you very much, Eric. That's your 3 minutes are up. Judges,
End of the day.
fire off those questions. Ready, go.
So, what did you see in the clinical trials in terms of any negative side effects of having to go a lot more?
We didn't see an increase in frequency, but one of the key measurements was spontaneous bowel movement. It doesn't mean you're on a roller coaster and you're scared and you, right? This is when you sit down that you have a complete evacuation. So I guess that's not really a negative side effect, but you're only visiting the toilet, once a day.
Thank you. And then can you tell the audience what the actual ingredient is sourced from and the regulatory status?
So we have 2 ingredients. The first is winter cherry. It's a full spectrum extract of the root, also known as ashwagandha. But ours is a proprietary, so we don't want to get into that discussion. We paired that with okra, tender okra pods, the little guys, not the big, long, hard ones, the little, tender, moist, juicy ones that hold on to moisture in the gut, soothe the gut, and help everything keep moving right on through.
I have so many questions, but I get one.
Bring it on, Herbal Dave.
Thanks, dude. I appreciate you. I'm really fascinated with the mechanism of action coming from pharmacy. Knowing in my pharmacy, we sold OTC herbal products that did what you're talking about. And so what is the actual mechanism of action that you've identified, or mechanisms of action?
So the brain and the gut, they have a communication going on, right? So you're really upset, you're stressed, you might be zooming right to the toilet, but the opposite happens. Maybe you're depressed and stressed and things just aren't moving, right? So what we see is the winter cherry is helping to boost the serotonin levels. We saw a statistical significant increase in serotonin, the feel-good hormone. We saw a statistically significant decrease in cortisol, the stress chemical. And that gets everything moving. We're pairing that with nice moisture, nice softness in the gut, and everything has a place to go.
Were the people in the trial, were you in the inclusion criteria, you were looking for a short number of people that used use the toilet a week? I mean, was that part of your decision process? And the last question is there a difference in that number based on where you live in the world?
So diet, of course, plays an impact. Do you realize right now there's a shortage of laxatives in America? Can you believe that? Because we're just not eating right. But the mechanism that we're looking at is not based upon just what you're eating or how much fiber you're getting. It's based upon, can we improve the speed of peristalsis? Can we help the body help itself? And the okra and the winter cherry together are, 90% of your serotonin is produced in the gut. So the gut's telling the brain, hey, you gotta feel better. So do I feel better because I have a little less cortisol, a little more serotonin? Do I feel better because I'm not carrying around a toxic load? At the end of the day, I feel better. So take Digexin and make it a great day.
Hey, nice going there, Eric Anderson. Next to us. All right. Now, judges, you can confer for 60 seconds, 1 minute, while we get busy on the People's Choice Award. Option number one. Option number one, Nature's Crops International Ahi Flour plus DHA. Oh, I mean, do we just stop right now? All right. Number two, Synbalance Defense Plus. Spirited effort, girls, but I don't think so. All right. And now, Next USA Digexin. The People's Choice Awards. We all know who it is. Nature's Crops International. Beautiful. Nice effort, kids. Very nice. And now for the real winner, judges, what saith you?
So there's nothing like a good BM first thing in the morning, which the winner will go to Digexin.
Digexin! Eric, come on up here. Say some nice words about you and your progeny. And again, wait a minute. Is that, do I see what's happening? Yes, oh my God.
Evidence! Our clinical studies had a great outcome.
Literally.
From sea to shining sea. There it is. That's what you get. Eric, we'll see you between 4:30 and 5 at the Supply Side Studio, roughly booth 4600. All right. This is getting fun. I'm getting a little hotter into the colors. This is so exciting. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, now we're on to the noosphere. We're on to nootropics. We're on to the zeitgeist. What is happening in between your head? It's all in your head. Oh, what are you people bailing? Oh, jeez.
Hey, they don't get a trophy if they leave.
Yeah, I know. We reserve the right. All right. Nootropics. Number one, Bioactra Salabia Brainberry. Come on up here. All right.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, hi everyone. It's a pity everyone is leaving, so I would still invite the people that are now leaving to stay, because I'd really like to tell you something about our great ingredient, which is called Brainberry. So of course very fitting to the cognition category. It's actually an aronia berry extract, which is also known in the US as a chokeberry.
What do we get?
And we source it actually from Europe. And we actually have a very specific variety that we source, which is the Nero agate variety, which is naturally high for cyanin-3 galactoside, which is an isoform of an anthocyanin that is actually able to cross the blood-brain barrier. So in a cognition category, of course, you want an ingredient to cross the blood-brain barrier. So what it actually does, it increases acetylcholine levels in the brain, so actually increasing the connections in the brain. And what we have studied it for with our clinical study, we do our proprietary clinical studies. We studied it for eye-hand coordination and focus. We did it in a subject group of 45 to 65 years old, and we studied it at a very low dose of 65 milligrams on a daily basis. And we have actually, at the moment, we have 3 clinical studies running as well with our own clinical research team back in the Netherlands. And to actually get inspiration for that, we've also done consumer studies. So we want to look into gamers, we want to look into professional basketball players to see how they would actually react to consuming our ingredient. So of course, it's not placebo control, but you get a very good idea of what's happening in the market. So we did it on a shorter term, actually. And we already saw an effect after one-time consumption, both in the professional basketball players as well as in the gamers. And they all reported effects like they felt a better eye-hand coordination, a better focus. And interestingly enough, with the basketball players, they actually also reported better basketball-related skills. So shooting, dribbling, that's really relevant for this category. Of course, we're in the US, so basketball is a very prominent sport that actually just started the competition. So we also measured whether there were any side effects on anxiety or sleep, because of course with caffeine, if you overdose, you will of course get sometimes this feeling. And actually there was no such report of these side effects. So on the formulation side, we have an extract that's 65 milligrams, so it actually fits in a lot of different things. It's also quite water dispersible, so it works also in beverages. Of course in powders like pre-workouts, but also in gummies, because of course you are dose limited in these gummies. And then finally, we are actually marketing it in the US for just a very short amount of time, but I'm glad that we've had Nutrabolt as one of our main customers actually in the US since a very short period, so actually quite proud of that. So yeah, just in short, Brainberry, focus, low dose, eye-hand coordination, so that's really exciting for the cognition category.
Bioactor Salabia Brainberry. All right, judges, ready, go.
I'm fascinated that you're taking a nootropic and you're really focused on a younger demographic ultimately in a more sports nutrition athlete type area. What was the inspiration behind that decision, and should I expect help if I'm 55 plus and looking at other reasons why people take nootropics?
Well, of course you have to start somewhere, so that's why we chose to see whether in that category there's of course a little bit more to gain than the healthy younger population, because of course the brain is going backwards as we age. So originally we were inspired by the berry category because there's so many nice compounds in this category, and chokeberry or Aronia melanocarpa has been really studied for blood flow benefits and these types of effects. So we really saw a niche and an opportunity to develop this particular ingredient, which is a berry, which is a natural ingredient, for benefits in the brain.
Okay, so I know that Aronia berry can be adulterated. So I know you said you get it from Europe. What measures do you have in place to ensure that it is actually Aronia berry?
So of course we have a very good relationship with the people that produce it for us. So we of course produce in a very highly quality, it's a FSSC 22000 facility that actually produces the Aronia berries. And of course we have our measures in place to test for the specific anthocyanins that are in place for Aronia berries and that are very typical. So we've also set up a testing program in the US. So if any testing needs to be happening in the US, we have a collaborator that we work with and that can actually has developed the measurement method to identify this particular extract.
So I really have two questions. One's real personal. If it helped the basketball players play better basketball, will it lower my handicap in golf? Just kidding. Anyway, sorry, I couldn't help myself. I'm more of the study guy. So did you say it has an impact on mechanism of action on acetylcholinesterase? Did you say that?
It's acetylcholinesterase indeed,
Okay.
so it inhibits the effect of acetylcholinesterase, and as a result actually it increases the acetylcholine levels because less is broken down basically.
And then how many people were like combined in the studies that have been done?
I think it was close to 100 participants in total. So, and also the studies that we are currently carrying out, they're also, of course, double-blind, placebo-controlled trials that have a sufficient number of participants.
Acetylcholinesterase is sometimes used as an insecticide and things. So is there a point in the marketer in you that you have to address this, or any concerns if you're going to tout the benefits of that?
No, because the doses are really low. So actually it's just about right to get these measured effects.
All right, and that's all we have time for right now. There you have it, Bioactor Brainberry. Contestant number 2 coming up here to stage. We have Microfit Game Fit. There's a Y in both of those words. Ready, go.
Hello everyone, and thank you. So GameFit is the first 100% natural bioactive specifically designed for gamers. So why did I say specifically? If you look at the gaming category, right now this is something huge, something that it's growing really fast, and gamers such as a lot of consumers have really specific needs. And we found that in our microalgae extract that there are specific compounds that could benefit for gamers. So for example, in GameFit, which is a combination of a microalgae extract and guarana, we can find compounds such as fucoxanthin, which is a powerful antioxidant that can bypass the brain-blood barrier, but it has also shown to promote neuroid growth activity. We also have phycoprostane, which has a really big neuroprotective effect, but we also have PUFAs, which is known for good mood states. And we decided to blend this microalgae extract with a small amount of guarana in order to give gamers the extra boost they need, because they need to react fast. They need to be really focused for a long time, and they also have to make quick decisions and to withstand stress well. So this is why GameFit was specifically designed to fit their needs. So we did a human clinical trial on that ingredient last year with the Texas A&M University. So we clinically validated the efficacy of our ingredients on 61 experienced gamer. So it was double-blind, placebo-controlled, randomized clinical trial. And we have seen significant benefits only 15 minutes after taking the supplementation on many parameters on the cognitive function, such as reaction time, focus, processing speed, and also mental energy. We have seen also even better efficacy 30 days after supplementation. So we have no side effects with our ingredient as well, and we have seen the trends to support good mood, sleep quality, and visual comfort, which are really important as well for gamers. Last but not least, our microalgae extract is produced in the south of France, and this is a sustainable way of production. We have an exclusive patented technology at Microfit that allows us to unlock the power of microalgae to make this kind of ingredient.
And that's the elevator pitch right there from Microfit GameFit. Judges, ready, go.
Can we talk a little bit about the cost and use of this if gamers? I know when I was a gamer, I was pretty poor all the time. So, can you tell me a little bit about what it would be for a daily dose of this product?
Oh, sorry.
Pardon me?
I didn't get you the last part.
What is the cost of use in a day's worth of product?
The cost of use?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So it depends, but for this ingredient, we are more into 12 cents.
Okay.
And just again for the audience, what is the source of the ingredient, and is there any stimulant effect?
No, so we have not seen stimulant effect. So, and is from microalgae. The name of the strains is Phaeodactylum tricornitum. I'm not sure you have already heard about this. But this is part of our company. We grow, produce, and develop ingredients only from microalgae, which are really tiny algae, microorganisms. And we decided to blend it with a small amount of guarana. The amount is the equivalent of a half cup of coffee, actually, only 40 milligrams, in order to give the extra boost that gamers needs, because we have seen on our microalgae extract really good benefits on brain health, thanks to preclinical and also over human clinical trial. And so to meet the gamers' specific needs, we wanted to add guarana.
Being the herbal pharmacist, I'm very familiar with both ingredients by themselves, and I'm well aware, especially of guarana being a cognitive thing. So my curiosity is, during your studies, did you do any comparatives of guarana by itself instead of just your combo and a placebo? Because for me, looking at it, I feel like the whole effect's guarana. If it is, I can buy that cheap anywhere and have a similar effect.
Actually, we decided so to do a placebo control, of course, but we did two groups, two treatment groups with different dosage. But on the two groups, you have the same amount of guarana, but on the second group, you have twice the dosage of the microalgae extract. We decided to do that in order to check the microalgae itself. We didn't do guarana by itself, but we wanted to see at least if the microalgae extract brings something extra. And the high dose ingredient works better. So this is how we did. We also did preclinical work, and we had ginkgo and DHA in comparison, and we have better significance.
And that's it. Microfit, GameFit. Thank you so much for your time. Next up, last but not least, we have Gene Bruno here, Nutriland USA, Miracell. That sounds like a Taylor Swift song, that Mirror Ball. Anyone else tease Taylor Swift? All right, Nutriland USA, Miracell, ready, go.
Alrighty, so we have a material called Miracell, which is a rice germ extract that has a substantial amount of polyamines in them. Polyamines are found in your body, they're found in plants, they're fairly ubiquitous in nature. They play some important roles. One of the roles that they play is, well, first of all, let me say that there's three major types of polyamines. All three have horrible names. One is called spermidine, one is called spermine, and the third is called putrescine. Terrible names. But nevertheless, the one with the most research on it is the spermidine. And what has been shown is that it helps to stimulate autophagy. Some of you all know about that, so it won't belabor the point, but autophagy helps to clean up cells, it helps the cells to do housekeeping and function better. So, that being said, we produce this rice source. There's also out there in the world a wheat source and a synthetic source, but we do a rice source. Now, there are a few different studies on spermidine. A couple of them are actually on cognitive health. So there's one study that was a double-blind study on people with mild dementia. And the results of the study indicated significant improvements in cognitive performance as well as mnemonic discrimination, which is able to differentiate between different types of stimuli. And then another study, double-blind placebo-controlled trial, was done showing that the spermidine in a population that didn't have dementia, but they had like age-related decline in cognitive function, it improved their memory performance very well and had a couple of other improvements. These were all done vis-a-vis like the mini mental health survey type of questionnaires. And so the results were very good and were exciting. And then there's also a population study just looking at if you take in more spermidine in your diet, what happens? And in this very large population study, it was found you get a very profound reduction in cognitive risk, improvements in cognitive performance. And finally, we're in the midst of doing a 300-person plus placebo-controlled, double-blind, randomized trial on our spermidine in a healthy population, looking at a number of parameters. What I like most about this is its mechanism of action. It works because it stimulates autophagy. Really specific, we're talking about autophagy-dependent presynaptic specializations. It's cool, and in this whole anti-aging category that's out there, I think being able to have something with a very different mechanism of action. Therefore, it does many things. There's studies on it for hair, there's studies on it for hormones, but for cognitive here, which is what this one's about.
All right, follow-up questions by the judges. Ready, go.
So if it's autophagy and it's involved with cellular destruction, any concerns that the good cells are being taken out along with the bad ones?
Good question. No, because autophagy, what that's really all about is it's housekeeping. It recognizes damaged parts of cells that need to be removed. It recycles the parts that can be utilized and gets rid of that. It's not just going to say, oh, I'm going to willy-nilly just get rid of any old cells. It's It's fairly specific. So good question, but no concern about that.
Hey there. So I'm actually not familiar with that ingredient. What is the regulatory status of it? Do you guys have GRAS? Is
Yeah,
it
so
API?
we actually have a GRAS status on that, sulfur-firm GRAS, and also it's a rice germ extract. And in fact, we actually take it from the milling industry, which would otherwise toss it away in milling brown rice, and we're able to upcycle it and make it sustainable. And so, yeah, there you go.
So based on its mechanism of action, what other types of ingredients? Most people are not wanting to launch a single ingredient anymore. You know, you got to combine it with something else.
Yes.
And in my head, I always tell people look for differing mechanisms of action that accomplish the same goal. So what other types of ingredients would you see combining this?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, for 37 years of the 44 years I've been in this industry, I've been a formulator. And so I always like to formulate it with other things. I think there's many choices out there. You could look at all kinds of other cognitive ingredients. You could look at Bacopa, you could look at, you know, phosphatidylserine, you could look at so many others and combine it with it. The nice thing about this is none of those other ingredients are going to have this mechanism of action. So it's not redundant. Whatever you're using now, you can add this to it and have no redundancy and have an overall greater product.
I then actually have a follow-up question to that.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any plans to work with other ingredient suppliers to maybe do a combination study of, you know, your ingredient with like a Bacopa?
You know, that's a really good question. We've been having, I just came on board as Chief Scientific Officer in June. And so we've been having discussions about which we got 2 studies going on right now, and what other studies do we want to do? And I rather like that idea. I like the idea of combining it with some other stuff in a cooperative way. So we shall see.
What is your consumer target on this product when you're talking to a brand and who they should target for this product?
I think the consumer target on this one is going to be people that, let's call them, you know, 40s on up. You're not going to be looking at, you know, young kids necessarily. You could use it for that, but that's not what I see. Although there's other studies on spermidine for like hair, where they looked at it from 18 on up. But for the cognitive function, based on the data, I'm going to say, you know, sort of that middle-aged 40 on up is suggestive. We are going to have a broader range of age groups in our double-blind placebo-controlled 300-plus study, and we'll see what the results of that are. But yeah, that would be my recommendation.
All right, that's all we have time for right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Gene Bruno, Nutriland USA, Miracell. All right, judges, you get 60 seconds, you get 1 minute. And while we're there, People's Choice Awards, Bio Aster Brainberry. Reasonable, reasonable, reasonable. All right, Microfit Game Fit. That's close. That's close. Nutriland USA Miracell. God, these are close. These are close. These are so close. All right, what judges? What do you say?
Give us some Brainberry.
Brainberry Bioactor Salabia for your nootropic needs. Come on up here and tell us about your mother and dog and things like that.
Thanks a lot, guys. I mean, we are very happy to win this award, of course. So thank you all for cheering for us. So I really appreciate that. And yeah, I hope we can really break through in the US. I mean, Nutrabond is a very good flagship for us. So of course, go after these guys, and we have it available for you. So, thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. We will see you on the supply side stage. That's booth about 4600 over there between 4:30 and 5 p.m. Are we done? Did we do it? Has it been nailed? We have 4 minutes left. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for showing up here for the most raucous Good Time Contest Award show in the nutraceuticals business. Doug Lynch here,
Market Well Nutrition.
Market Well Nutrition.
Thank you all contestants. Great stuff, all.
Yeah. Diana Morgan, NutriBolt. What's up with SUPs? What's up?
Yes, don't forget those SUPs event tonight, House of Blues, 5 to 11, Retro Toys.
All right. Dave Foreman right here, my favorite formulator.
I got nothing. I've talked so much, I really don't want to say anything. So.
All right. The herbal pharmacist. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for coming right here. Have a great day here at Supply Side West. Thanks for coming.